Nominee we have with us James Ocholi, formerly from Kwara, now Kogi State. Mr. Nominee, we have your CV. We've gone through it. If there's anything in your CV that you want to emphasize on, or if there are things that have been left out, you can just give us a brief introduction of yourself, and after that, you take a few questions.
Thank you, sir. Your Excellency, the President of Senate, Your Excellencies, the Deputy Senate President, Your Excellency, the leadership of Senate, most distinguished senators of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, I am Ocholi Enojo James. And I'm delighted, I'm privileged, very highly privileged, to stand in the hallowed chambers of the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria by the nomination of Mr. President to present me for the office of the Minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I come from a very humble background, from a village called Udanebiomi in Ogbabede Ward of Biraidu District of the Kina Local Government of Kogi State. I agree, I was formerly in Kwara, thereafter to Benue, and now to Kogi State. Your Excellency, when I listened to Mr. President of our country, sometime on the 27th of July 2015, in one of his speeches, saying that from what he had seen so far, that we will really need patriotic Nigerians, Nigerians who can work very hard, Nigerians who are knowledgeable, who are experienced, who are committed to the cause of change, to head the various ministries. I knew that Mr. President had raised a higher bar than the earlier promise he had given in the course of the campaign, that he will want a particular category of people to work with him in piloting the affairs of this nation. For me to find my name in that list has not only humbled me, but has given me a bigger challenge to do more than whatever Mr. President saw in me before putting my name on this list. Mr. President, I'm a lawyer by profession. I was called to the bar in 1986. I became a senior advocate of Nigeria in 2007. I am an active private legal practitioner. I have provided several legal services to government, agencies of government, departments of government, both in solicitors' jobs and in advocacy. I represent change. I push for change very passionately, even in the legal profession. A few years ago, I was the chairman of the disciplinary committee of the Nigerian Bar Association, FCT chapter. I'm delighted to stand in the hallowed chambers as I present myself to your excellencies and to distinguished senators. If you find me fit for confirmation, I make a promise that I will not let you down. Thank you, sir.
Distinguished colleagues, first, I must say that me and the nominee were called to the bar the same year, and he's been my friend. But there is this issue of what can best be described as over-personalization of government institutions by political appointees of government, wherein you notice day by day crass, and I repeat the word, crass abuse and misuse of power, contrary to the oath of office that they have taken. If this Senate confirms you as Minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, contrary to what we have seen some of our colleagues did in the service of this fatherland, do we have an extraction from you that you will honestly, fearlessly, and in accordance with the tradition of the bar, advise Mr. President as and when you believe he is derailing? One question. The second question is that in the past, still trading on that of our personalization of government agency, we have had a situation where, contrary to the oath of office of elected officials, this includes governors, senators, local government chairmen, councillors downward, wherein after swearing to an oath of office that they will not allow their personal interest to affect their official conduct, we see manifest influence on the performance of the duties or the function of their office swayed by their personal interests. In clear terms, we have had certain fundamental decisions of government taken solely for the purpose of satisfying the want or ego or personal aggrandizement of a leader. If you are confirmed as a senator, as a minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, do we have an extraction from you too? That in accordance with the best tradition of the bar, you will stand firmly against these excesses in the government that promises Nigerians change. Thank you, sir.
Leader of the Senate.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Distinguished colleagues, my name is Senator Mohamed Ali Ndume, representing Borno South. Distinguished Mr. Nominee, in the course of introducing yourself, you made a very interesting disclosure to me, which I'm of personal interest. And that is that you are an advocate for change in every system, especially in the profession you find yourself. In this country, our prisons are so congested, and they are congested with people awaiting trial. And in most cases, these are poor people that could not, some cannot afford amounts ranging from 10,000 to 20,000 or even 30,000 bail money. And then here you are again in the same country. People will be accused of stealing billions, and you will hire a son like you and be granted a bail on self-recognition, while those that are languishing in our overcrowded prison are sometimes there because there is no justification for criminality. But when you see somebody stealing a goat or a chicken, and he's remanded in prison for a long time without trial, what will you do as an agent of change in order to address this, I feel, serious injustice to humanity?
Minority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. My distinguished colleagues, Mr. Nominee, your CV is of interest to me. And like the leader said, you mentioned the fact that you believe strongly in change. I'd like to ask two questions. Number one is that what will you do to address the issue of Nigerians who clamor for public offices, such as governorship? But when one person gets there, 99% of those who could not turn around to sponsor frivolous petitions against such a person, whether in office or out of office. In some instances, they bribe the press and they bandy amounts of 100 billion, 200 billion, sometimes above the revenue of the state, as money stolen by such public officer while serving as governor. And at the end, you may get up to 50,000 of such petitions. And we spend millions of dollars of hard-earned money to investigate them. And then you find nothing, that those people were not guilty. And the petitioners, they have no question to answer. In the United Kingdom, you don't start a petition unless you have a sworn affidavit to the fact that you really have a petition on ground.